Riverdale Season 2 won't be premiering till October, so to hold you over, here's some Season 2 spoilers. What's up y'all, Lisa here, welcome back to my cheat sheet, and yep, you heard right. Riverdale Season 2 won't be premiering until October 11th.
You're so far away.
Where it will take its place on the CW on Wednesday nights now instead of Thursdays, paired with the reboot of Dynasty. The cast just started shooting the second season a week or two ago, which means that news and spoilers are starting to roll in, so let's break down everything we know about Season 2 so far. Now before I dive into all those spoilers, if you're planning on going to Comic-Con in San Diego this year, the Riverdale panel will be taking place on Saturday, July 22nd, so be sure to mark your calendar so you don't miss it. Now on to Season 2 details. First, we'll be getting a lot more of Kevin and FP in Season 2 as both Casey Cott and Skeet Ulrich have been bumped up to series regulars.
I'm in, I'm so in.
I know I'm excited to see more of Kevin because he is just hilarious, steals every episode, and FP, honestly, even though he was kind of portrayed as a villain of sorts, partly in Season 1, he ended up stealing your heart, and I really do think he is changing, and he just needs that one more chance to get that Jones family back together.
I'm gonna do what you want. Get my act together. I'm gonna get your mom and Jellybean home so we're all under the same roof.
Season 2 will finally introduce us to Hiram in the flesh, played by Mark Consuelos, and he might be bringing some trouble to Riverdale. Well, I mean, duh, right? He caused so much trouble when he wasn't even in town. Imagine what he's gonna do in town as a free man. Executive producer Roberto told Entertainment Weekly that Hiram is a family man. He loves and treasures his wife and especially his daughter, but there's no denying we've built up someone who has very dark dealings and who has a criminal past. He continued saying, he's not like the Serpents, who are street level gang. He's operating at a much higher level and has tentacles everywhere. The question will be, is Hiram truly reformed? What does he want? How does Veronica figure into his plans? How will Archie figure into his plans? I have a feeling that Hiram won't be too keen on Veronica dating Archie. Now paparazzi have been all over the set of the show, which is currently filming in Vancouver, and some of the photos just recently released show the cast at a wedding, which seems to be the wedding of Archie and Veronica, since Camila Mendes is in a beautiful white gown and all the guys are actually in kilts, with KJ's Archie wearing a bow tie to be different from the rest of the guys. Now I gotta say, those guys are making those kilts look good. Anyway, since the characters are only around 16, it's pretty obvious a wedding isn't really taking place unless it's some kind of flash forward. Plus, you also see Fred and Jason are also in the photos, so all signs are pointing that this is some kind of dream sequence. Now, the interesting thing is, which character's dream is it? Roberto also shared on Twitter the first 3 episodes of Season 2, their titles: A Kiss Before Dying, Nighthawks, and The Watcher in the Woods. He also suggested that Kevin might be in trouble in episode 3 of Season 2 by saying, if you see Kevin Keller, please tell him don't go in the woods. Well, it's a good thing we know Casey's a series regular, so he can't be getting killed off anytime soon. Also, a kiss before dying? What exactly does that mean? Please don't say someone else on the show is dying, especially not Fred. I hope it's just like a symbolic thing, right? Well, I think we know Fred won't be in the first episode. Okay, maybe we don't really know that, but when Machen Amick shared a picture of the first table read of the first 3 episodes, Luke Perry was noticeably absent from that photo. So maybe that means Fred's just in a coma, so Luke will have no speaking lines, hence he didn't really need to be at the table read. Or maybe Luke was just on a bathroom break when the picture was taken. Thankfully, a picture of Cole, Marisol, and Luke has surfaced, and Fred is there. Plus, he's in that wedding scene, right? It's also confirmed that Molly Ringwald will be back as Archie's mom in Season 2 for at least an episode or 2. Now in that table read photo, you'll notice Mark Consuelos as well as the other new addition to the cast, Charles Melton. Charles is taking over the role of Reggie Mantle from Ross Butler, who had committed to Season 2 of 13 Reasons Why, therefore Reggie had to be recast. While I do like Ross, I do want to see more of Reggie as a character on the show, so I am excited for the recasting in that sense of building up this character. So what will Reggie be up to in Season 2? Most likely causing trouble and getting romantic with a pussycat. That's right, Ashley Murray told reporters at the end of Season 1 and that Josie will be getting a love interest in Season 2, and it looks like that love interest is none other than Reggie Mantle. Roberto captioned a picture of the two saying, "These two are trouble." Also, can I just say that I just love Haley Law photobombing this picture? Also, why is Mrs. Blossom hanging out at the school again? Just let Cheryl be. Moving on to Cheryl and Archie, who were both left in some pretty dark spots after the Season 1 finale. I think I touched on where Archie is heading in my finale recap, but KJ has said in various interviews that Archie will definitely show off his darker side. I'm really excited to explore a different side of Archie that we haven't seen yet, a darker side after Fred gets shot. It kind of shakes things up for him, sure. Things start to get pretty gnarly. Now, KJ shared that with reporters at MCM Comic-Con London, but he also told TV Guide Archie wants vengeance. I believe he's going to go to all ends to get to the bottom of it. For Cheryl, she's obviously dealing with the death of her father, plus she burned down I think like half her house, and hopefully Nana is doing alright. Madeleine Petsch told TV Line that Cheryl is actually going to become colder and meaner in season 2. After what happened in season 1, she's just done. She's so shut down and broken. She also revealed that Veronica wants Cheryl as part of the gang, and Cheryl very badly wants that too, but she's so egotistical and there's so much going on in her head that she doesn't do it. Which is a bummer because I loved seeing those softer sides of Cheryl in season 1, and that bonding with Veronica, it was awesome. But then again, the gang's gotta go toe-to-toe with someone, right? Now what about Betty and Jughead, your favorite ship, Bughead? Well, we got a first look photo from the set which shows Jughead and Betty working on a car, and in the Archie comics, Betty actually has some great mechanic skills, so I know fans are excited to see that worked into the show. Now, will things be smooth sailing though for Bughead? Well, we saw Jughead start to pull away from Betty at the end of season 1 as he moves to his new school, and of course if he joins the Southside Serpents, that's going to cause more tension, but will he fully shut Betty out? Roberto told Entertainment Weekly, Betty is probably the strongest of the kids. If she's going to start losing Jughead, which may happen, she's going to fight for him. Betty will also officially become an aunt in season 2 as we'll see the birth of Polly's twins on screen. Plus, there will be some civil war between the north and south sides of Riverdale. Now, when it comes to Betty's brother and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, there's no confirmation yet on if the characters will actually make an appearance in season 2. Roberto told TV Line about Betty's brother, I wouldn't be surprised, and that's all I'll say about that. So I'm kind of taking that as a yes, we'll see him, but probably not until maybe the end of the season. I mean, much of the season seems like it's going to revolve around who shot Fred and what was really going on with Mr. Blossom. And there's tons of theories out there that maybe it's Betty's secret brother that shot Fred. But would the reveal of the shooter actually come at the end of the season? Mid-season? Time's only going to tell. With Sabrina, they ultimately decided to not introduce her in season 1 because they didn't want her to overshadow any of the current storylines. But Roberto told comicbook.com that in season 2 they'll continue to kind of hint at the supernatural elements like how they did with the visions of Jason as a zombie and Archie's visions of werewolves, which I'm guessing is what that wedding dream scene might be. Now, I love Sabrina and all, but I'm a little iffy about this whole supernatural stuff making its way onto the show. So maybe we can just have Sabrina without the actual witch powers. Maybe she can just be into witch stuff with no magic, right? Speaking of new characters popping up, there's also rumors that another character from the comics, Tony Topaz, might be making an appearance. A leaked audition tape of Boyhood actress Lorelai Linkletter surfaced recently, and comic fans think it's a good sign that this character will emerge. So the audition shows that Tony is showing Jughead around Southside High. So no word yet on if Lorelai will actually be playing the role, but my guess is probably no, since she is currently in the news right now for just being sentenced to 3 years probation for cocaine possession. But if Tony does pop up, who would you cast? Who would you cast as the secret brother? Who would you cast as Tony? Who would you cast as Sabrina? Alright, so those are the main things we know so far about season 2 of Riverdale. As the show continues to film, I'm sure we're going to get more awesome set pictures, behind the scenes, hints, and I'll be sure to try to update you as they come in. As for now though, hit me up below or on my socials and let me know what you're excited to see happen in season 2 and who you think shot Fred. Do you think he's gonna live? All signs point to I have no idea, but I really hope so. You can click right over here for more of my Riverdale videos, and be sure to subscribe and hit that bell if you like what you see. And as always, I'm Lisa. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. See you real soon.